This is just fantastic. This is like $1 million. Welcome back to another episode of Sailing Windrose, where with the battery box as a backup, I am still in the south of France. Woo! Yes, where life is good, although my cookie is finished. As mentioned in the previous episode, I'm preparing for a trip to Norway again, about 6 weeks this time. I already fixed a lot of the security issues that, for instance, the cockpit locker or a new anchor or a jibe preventer. But there was one more thing that was more on the convenient side, the comfort level, and that is to be able to auto-helm the boat when it's under engine and there is no wind. Because this last time I had to do that all by hand, which, well, it's okay, but 12 hours at the helm is, tiring. So I figured it would be good to just install an auto helm on the WindPilot. Sounds easy, was easy in a way, but there are always some of these things that kind of get in the way. So let's go. I bought a brand new second-hand auto helm, which is Raymarine ST1000, which I aim to connect to my WindPilot. And this is the connection that actually goes in here, like that. But the main question is, how do I connect this to the WindPilot? Now I just noticed that there is a little, it is wee, but it is a little hole that might just do the job. So. Thank you, Peter. This is just fantastic. This is like $1 million. Unbelievable. This fits like a charm. Which I find amazing. Like truly amazing. This seems to be a fairly easy install, but fingers crossed, because probably something will pop up. But yeah, this is magical. Really, really magical. Look at it. Off on a great start. That was good. Now let's install it permanently, and another job, another day. 2 jobs on the list today, which actually became 3. The first job is to install the ST1000. You need to make this to the hex tool, transom thing, whatever. And for that I bought this one that I'm going to connect with this one. And then I have a rather flexible setup, I think. But I also need to install this little one, and this needs to go into the Windvane. I asked Peter, who is always helpful and always friendly and still going strong with WindPilot. Love the guy. You can see my other video on the WindPilot factory if you want. And Peter advised me to use Sikaflex, which is perfect, but obviously if you only need to install this is a little bit much. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to glue in some of these noise cancellation things that are sort of coming off in the boat, various places. So that is another job I'm going to do today. After that, I'm going to enjoy the sun, because it's amazing weather. It's like super sunny. Really, really great weather. One thing, there's like absolutely zero wind, like nothing. So yeah, well, you win some, you do some. At least I could be on the boat and enjoy myself. This should be a rather simple thing to do. Put some Sikaflex in there. Not too much, but also not too little. So a little bit more. Again, just gently slide this in. Okay. Too much Sikaflex. So getting out the excess Sikaflex. So learn point number one. Don't put in too much. Because as German Precision has it, it fits perfect. So there is no room apparently for the extra Sikaflex to come out. Let's see, now it works better. This is actually becoming a bit of an issue. Let's just see if I keep pressure on it. How these things go from that should be extremely simple to not that simple. Let's see if I apply a bit of force, I can sort of squeeze it in. Yeah, that's way better. So, learning experience number one. If you try to push it in by hand with Sikaflex on it, it is not going to work. Because it's basically too narrow of a fit, so the Sikaflex won't come out. But if you apply some pressure, it does work. Now it's in. I think it can't go any further. I'm going to clean up the excess Sikaflex and it should be good to go. I made a small piece of rubber. I cut a small piece of rubber, which I'm going to wrap around that. I'm going to insert it there, and then I'm going to make this one to the hex tool. So then it should fit. So roughly in place. Let's do a little test fit. This is just amazing. Like, this is gonna be perfect. It's totally leveled, which is hilarious. And it will be straight, which is hilarious too. So I'm gonna move it a bit that way. I'm gonna tuck this one in just a bit deeper, and then it's perfect. Look at how it fits.
It does look amazing.
Don't you think that looks amazing?
It does look amazing, really. Beautiful.
And look how easy. It's just with two, as we say, slangklemmetjes.
Slangklemmetjes.
So you can do that too. If you want to. Because
slangenklemmetjes.
He doesn't have slangenklemmetjes. Okay. Well, I can give you some if you want to. But,
Okay.
It's always good to have Jacco around. He actually has the exact same setup on his boat with the WindPilot. So the unfortunate thing with a autohelm is it actually needs power. So I have a through hole with 3 lines where I figured I could add an additional line of power. So I thought, let's open it up and let's go. All ready to fix this. Add the WindPilot thingy there, but I decided differently. So I had already opened this. I broke off a little piece. You can see there. But this nut is not going anywhere. So this is, I think you need to do it first time right, because the cables don't move up and down. I also know, I looked at it, there is one hole where actually these 3 cables fit through, but not one additional one. So I thought, okay, I'll just drill another hole. And then I thought, why bother? I will only use this when I'm under engine and there is no wind. So I am just, so to speak, going to put the WindPilot on with an extension cord inside. I'll put a little backup battery downstairs, and then I can just plug it in there, and that sorts it. Yeah, I think that's the best way. Least impact, and at least I can test if it works. I have a long cable now. I think that's it. So this is where the magic happens. Everything will connect. What is everything? This is actually a Raymarine plug for the ST1000. This is just an ordinary cable plug that will connect to this cable, which is a scroller cable, and it has 2.5 millimeter gouged wire and 2 data cables. That connects to this scroller cable pluggy thingy, which will be my extension cord to the autohelm from the nav station. And then in the nav station, I will have this cable, which I will connect with the 2.5 millimeter gouge to its own switch. And now I need to look to this little USB thing, well, big USB thing, that actually can handle the data cable. So I can connect it to my Raspberry Pi. So yeah, I'm almost there. Jacco gave me this cable and the 2 plugs and the box. Actually, he created it for me. How lovely. And then now I'm undoing the box and screwing it all together after soldering this on with my magical soldering thing and that thing. So yeah, actually quite happy with that, with me reading glasses. So let's hook it all up and show you the final product. Well, yeah, no, this is it. The only thing I need to do is put the lid on and we're done. Okay, to be honest, it's becoming a bit messy again, but this was the last and final one. So here we have the RS cable that translates the NEMEA signal to USB. So I just need to connect it there, but that didn't fit. So I could either splice this cable further and have the wires separately. Yeah, there are multiple options, but I'm not sure what to do. Also, I'm not sure if I have the drivers for this, and I'm not that eager to connect this to the screen. My primary thing is that there is now power on it, which is good, and it's connected after a fuse, so that's good as well. So the only thing that sort of remains is to switch it on and see if now I have power there, because that was the whole point. If I have power there, I should have power here, and if I have power here, I should have power here, and then I can connect the autohelm. So let's set it up and see if it works. Yeah. It works. Yeah, that's nice. Good. So everything installed. Let's go and see if it actually works. Great idea. Show me the footage. I don't have any footage. Why don't you have any footage? Because I didn't have the ability or the opportunity yet to go sailing. I just fixed it like very recently, like 2 days ago. And it will probably be tested on my sail to Norway or in Norway. So yeah, if you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comments. And if you liked it, leave a like. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, boys and girls. So with my new tattoo, I decided differently. Normally I wouldn't have done this. And I would have broke it open and I would have bought a new thing and yada. But I was thinking, why bother actually? I'm gonna use it a lot, I guess. So yeah, good.